What's up, guys? Today I'm going to teach you how to bonk in.
So before you jump into learning how to bonk into a ramp, it's good to get comfortable learning how to bonk over small cracks on flat ground. Approach the crack with a little bit of speed, lift all your weight off your front foot, and then as your back wheels hit the crack, lift all your weight off your back foot and allow them to pop over the crack without ollieing. After you've learned how to do a small crack, you're going to move on to slightly bigger objects like parking blocks. It's going to help if you already know how to ollie. But if you do already know how to ollie, it might make it more difficult because you're going to want to ollie over the obstacle, but you have to train yourself to not pop your tail. So you act like you're going to ollie over the parking block, you lift your front wheels all the way over the object, but you just allow your back wheels to hit the object and roll over it. It's kind of like a little wally. You just smash your back wheels into the object. You have to stay really light on your feet for this trick. It's going to be a lot easier if the object that you're trying to bonk over has a curve like a ramp. So when you first hit the object, you're going to be leaning back and pushing your board forward. But after your back wheels clear the object, you're going to be leaning forward to even out your weight so that you don't land too far back on the tail. So you lean back, push into the object, and then as soon as you're over it, you lean forward and stay over the board. After you've gotten really comfortable bonking over parking blocks and small curbs, then it's time to try to bonk into a ramp. Before you try this, make sure you're really comfortable skating ramps and make sure that you can drop in. Because if you can't drop in, it's going to be very hard to learn to bonk in. So drop in a few times. After that, before you learn how to bonk in, you need to lift your front wheels up and go in like a disaster. So let the middle of your board hit the coping and then put all your weight on your front foot and lift up on your back wheels and go in like that a few times. Some people find that harder, so you kind of have to play around with it. After that, try lifting your front wheels up and landing on your tail, then dropping in. Do that a few times. It's another practice step. That one might be a little bit easier actually. After that, it's time to try to commit to bonking into the ramp. So approach the coping with a little bit of speed, lift your front wheels up, and do the same thing you've been doing on the parking block and the cracks. Take all your weight off of your back foot and allow the back wheels to roll over the coping. It's a little bit different than landing on flat because you're landing into transition. So you have the possibility to fall backwards or fall forwards. You just have to keep your weight centered. So keep your shoulders over your bolts and keep your weight centered on the board. Just like when you're dropping in, you're going to have to lean forward a little bit after you bonk over the coping to compensate because the ground is no longer flat. The ground is transition. So your shoulders are parallel with the ground and your board is parallel with the ground. So you have to lean forward quite a lot after you bonk over that coping to compensate because it's a ramp. So it's just like a little manual before you hit the coping. Just stay really light on your feet and allow your back wheels to pop over the coping so you don't get hung up. This is really a mental game, especially if it's a bigger ramp and you're kind of scared of bonking in. If you're really scared, you probably shouldn't try it. You have to get comfortable riding ramps before you try this trick. If you feel comfortable riding the ramp, then it's not going to be that hard and you're going to be able to bonk in without trying too hard. If you have to force it, you might fall on this trick. And that's just the mental game. You have to prepare yourself and get over your fear before you try it. So after you get really comfortable riding ramps, this trick is not that hard. I believe in each and every one of you. I know you guys can do this. You just have to go out there and try. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of content, reviews, tutorials, and just videos about what I'm learning as I grow as a skateboarder, then hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.